processors. One local meat processor says they're backlogged with some beef orders because more people want locally sourced meat. Now, Hain Meat Packing says getting certain cuts of beef to consumers takes manpower, and this pandemic has put some kinks in the distribution system. It could be a while before customers get their hands on certain cuts of beef.
Anyone who processes beef and hogs right now, there's not many of us left, so we're all kind of backed out at least a year and a half.
And Haines also says their busiest season is coming up. We're talking about the gun deer hunt season right around the corner, and hunters should expect some delays in processing their venison. We're going to have a bunch more on this story coming up in our 6 p.m. broadcast. Salvation Army was in the Fox Cities today to kick off their holiday season. The annual bell ringing campaign is a familiar sight for many people across the area. It's the biggest campaign for the Salvation Army each year. Now, they say that any money raised stays here locally, which is especially important during the pandemic. Now, they also are asking bell ringers to wear masks and for people donating to remember to remain socially distant. You can find out about a special project we've been working on with the Salvation Army coming up at 6. Some positively Wisconsin news. Christmas is over a month away, but a group of elves in Green Bay is already preparing to lend a hand this holiday season. Local 5's Aaron Taylor checked in with George's Secret Elves to see what they've got in the works.
We do stuff for local veterans, we do stuff for Golden House, we do stuff for both the homeless shelters.
But more than anything,
we're very all about Christmas. That's why you're in the elf workshop right now.
Celebrating the holiday season with George's Secret Elves means preparing food bags for students in the Green Bay area to take home over winter break.
We pack them up and we get them to the 21C program, and then they help us distribute them.
21C is an after-school program for at-risk students. Even though those students aren't attending class in person this semester, George's Secret Elves still plan to distribute their food kits.
They don't have any choice in how food comes into the home. It's not for them to do the checkbook. It's not for them to worry about those things. I just want them to have some food and be able to be a kid and not worry about anything else.
To fill the food bags and provide that peace of mind, the elves have an ongoing wish list.
About 300 cans of soup, 300 cans of ravioli, and over 1,000 packets of oatmeal.
Anytime between noon and 4, now through the second week of December, you can drop off items from their wish list to help fill those bags.
You don't need to have $1 million to make a difference in our community. Everybody just can help any way that they can, pull together, and we can make something special come out of it.
In Green Bay, Aaron Taylor, Local 5 News.
Good people. Help them out if you can. George's Secret Elves is also accepting monetary donations. To find out how you can help, head to our website, wearegreenbay.com. All right, CBS News has called 2 more states in the election, and now all 50 states are in. President Trump is still resisting the Biden transition team as more and more senators now call for him to concede.
Lots of sunshine today when wind gusts start to pick up, coming up in the Storm Team 5 forecast.
You're watching Local 5 News with Chris Schuler. And now, from the area's certified most accurate forecast, 8 years in a row, meteorologist Ryan Morse.
Well, it is day 5 of Winter Weather Awareness Week, so let's take a look at some of the winter activities here. It looks like some snowboarding. Some snow actually was on the ground this morning in some spots, especially west of the Fox Cities and areas up in the Northwoods, receiving around a dusting to up around an inch. Now, we could see potentially some flakes as we get into Sunday for some areas, but still a lot to determine with that. And here's what we're looking at on our Storm Team 5 Skyview Cam, powered by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, just around sunset here in Green Bay. 30 degrees, dealing with those clear skies. Good evening ahead. And we're going to see those mostly clear skies last through the overnight hours, but then we're also going to be dealing with the rain later on Saturday, as well as a windy weekend ahead. We're going to see some areas gusting over 40 miles an hour as we get into spots of Sunday. Now, here are those temperatures across the region. So normal high around 44 degrees. We're running well below normal. Many of us near our high temperature for the day, and many of us around 30 degrees, 25 in Anago. So it was a chilly day despite seeing lots of sunshine throughout the day. And it's going to be chilly over the next couple of days as well. So as I mentioned, normal high 44 degrees. Will be slightly above normal tomorrow before we see some of that rain start to arrive in the evening. But look at that, through the weekend, we're going to see temperatures in the 40s. Monday, temperatures still in the 40s. And we're also looking at a chilly Tuesday as well. So here's what we were looking at on radar and satellite. Now, we did see some of those morning clouds across much of the area through the lunchtime hour. Those clouds made their way off into the Lake Michigan shoreline, but we're just dealing with clear skies as of now. But notice just west of us, we're seeing some clouds start to build in. So we could see some clouds as we get into the next couple hours, and we'll see that on Futurecast around 9-10 p.m. A lot of northeast Wisconsin, we'll see these partly cloudy skies, but again, nothing in terms of precipitation. And then we start to clear out through the early morning hours. And now this is what I want to point out. We'll start out Saturday with lots of sunshine, but then as we get into Saturday afternoon and evening, we'll see those clouds start to increase, looking like some stray showers as we get into the early afternoon. It's the evening what I'm really worried about, and this is what we're going to see. Some stray showers start to become more scattered throughout the evening. That lasts throughout the overnight hours on Saturday. Then we're waking up to Sunday, some more spotty showers. Could see some wintry mix, especially for areas in the west of the Fox Cities and the Northwoods. This is where we could see some flakes on Sunday. So Sunday, right around game time for the Packers, still dealing with those cloudy conditions. And this is where we're going to see those wind gusts really start to pick up around 40 miles an hour. But the current wind speed and direction right now sustained about 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the west. Now, this wind direction is going to shift out of the south overnight. It's going to be relatively calm overnight. We'll see that on Futurecast. Notice this high pressure system starts to make its way eastward, which shifts that wind direction out of the south. So overnight, we're not gusting that much. But then as we get into Saturday night, this low pressure system starts to make its way into our region. Look at those wind gusts. Saturday night could be gusting over 30 miles an hour. And that only increases as that low pressure system starts to make its way eastward. Again, around Sunday, 1 p.m., could be gusting over 40 miles an hour. So a gusty weekend as we look ahead. And then Sunday night, we'll start to see some of those wind gusts start to take a step back, gusting around 30, and that should calm down a little bit as we get into Monday. So here's the forecast as we get into tonight. Mostly clear skies, low temperatures dropping back into the 20s. Wind out of the south at 5 miles an hour. And then we get into tomorrow. So we wake up with sunshine tomorrow, but evening showers are likely. Breezy conditions, high temperatures before those clouds start to roll in the mid-40s. Winds out of the south at 5 to 15 miles an hour. And then here's your 7-day forecast. We're going to be dealing with a crummy weekend ahead. We're going to be dealing with lots of rain both Saturday and early parts of Sunday before we start to clear out late on Sunday. Gusty conditions as well. Flurries possible Monday. And then we see a big cool down on Tuesday. But the good news is as we get into later parts of the week, could see those temperatures get to back above normal near 50 degrees. Now, if you want more on the forecast, you can always visit our website at wearegreenbay.com.
Another miracle. Another early fall, late fall miracle for us.
Not as much as before, though.
Yeah, but we can look forward to it. Something to look forward to. All right. Right now, 4:44 in the afternoon. Time now for a Local 5 Live traffic report, courtesy of the DOT's Traffic Cam Network. 41 at 10, and back in a bit. News now from your local election headquarters. Advisors to President Trump tell CBS News the president is increasingly aware his lawsuits won't change the election, but he wants to be seen as a fighter, so his campaign will continue fighting the election in the courts. Now, the Biden camp has added more electoral votes to their tally with wins in Arizona and Georgia, and they say the fight is delaying transition efforts.
CBS News has declared President-elect Joe Biden the presumptive winner in Georgia. The win puts Mr. Biden at 306 Electoral College votes, further cementing his win. President Trump is projected to win in North Carolina, putting his tally at 232 electoral votes. President-elect Biden's new chief of staff, Ron Klain, told MSNBC that the Trump administration's blocking of transition efforts is hurting their ability to combat the coronavirus pandemic.
The sooner we can get our transition experts into meetings with the folks who are planning that vaccination campaign, the more seamless the transition from a Biden presidency to a Trump presidency can be.
The president received a briefing on Operation Warp Speed, the plan to distribute COVID vaccines nationwide, ahead of his first public remarks in a week. Only 4 Republican senators have acknowledged President-elect Biden's win, but even some of the president's strongest allies are now saying that Mr. Biden should receive intelligence briefings.
We should be in the same posture that we were in throughout the whole campaign, with both of them receiving briefings as they're both trying to be able to prepare.
China is the latest nation to reach out to Mr. Biden to congratulate him on his victory. But foreign nations are having to set up these calls without the assistance of the State Department.
A lot of these world leaders know how to reach him. He is speaking to them. They are congratulating him on his election as president.
Meanwhile, President Trump is tweeting conspiracy theories about voting machines changing votes. But the government agency in charge of election security refuted that, saying there is no evidence that any voting system deleted or lost votes, changed votes, or was in any way compromised. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
GOP attorneys claiming alleged voter fraud in Arizona have now dropped their case. There were less than 200 votes in question, not enough to help President Trump win that state. For many veterans, it can be hard to transition from the military back to civilian life, but one group in Kansas is working to help people make that move with a new way to find some peace.
Obviously, the stressors that come with the job, be it from combat or tours, just the stress in general of just being in the United States military, and that's a huge honor, but at the same time, it does take its toll.
When Army veteran Patrick Benson came back from serving in the infantry in Iraq, he knew he didn't feel quite right, physically or emotionally. The only place he found relief was on the farm, when he focused on these beautiful 1,000-pound, non-judgmental animals.
They teach you to, like I always say, to feel again, and I can't lie to them. They sense, they can sense your anxiety, your stress.
Benson knew he just had to share this gift, so he started a nonprofit called War Horses for Veterans.
What we're doing is just, it's just a blessing, to be honest with you.
Since 2015, Benson has flown in combat vets and small groups from all parts of the country to spend a week with the ranchers, horses, and most importantly, fellow vets here on this beautiful, secluded farm in Stillwell, Kansas.
Going from that world into the civilian life, it is not easy.
There's no cost to the veteran. Transportation, hotel, meals, all provided. It's through this time with others who truly get it, and the work with the horses that allows them to open up, trust, communicate, and just be present.
I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of times that majority of them haven't been present for a long time. There's been Vietnam veterans that said they haven't been this clear in 50 years.
Benson's favorite part? Watching as these veterans, many with no previous experience with a horse or ranch life, just breathe.
You'll watch people literally just go, and then that horse will go from slow, and they'll soften, and they'll mirror what you're doing.
Of course, the pandemic put a wrench on their fundraising plans, and the plans to fly in veterans as planned in 2020. But Benson says the need is greater than ever, so the charity is determined to continue and is offering their help right now to veterans in the metro, and have started to help local first responders, too.
We're in more demand now than ever.
And for more news regarding ag, join Melaine Wells for Midwest Farm Weekly, Saturday and Sunday mornings, 5:30 a.m. here on Local 5. And as we head to the break, we take a look at how local stocks of interest ended this day.
Okay. That's okay. I just need to turn it down. That was so loud. Okay. Okay, that's better. That's much better. Mic check, 1, 2, mic check, testing, 1, 2, mic check, 1, 2, testing, testing, mic check, 1, 2. Okay.
Well, you've probably seen them online. We're talking about tiny desk concerts. Here at Local 5, we're putting our own Green Bay twist on the event. And digital reporter Natasha Arrow got a chance to talk with the local musician Charlie Urich in an exclusive tiny digital concert. Natasha, talk about the performance.
Chris, I hope you're ready to kick off your weekend with some good music. Today, I got the chance to sit down in our digital center and chat with Charlie. At only 21 years old, he's already performed overseas and opened for artists like the rapper K-Camp. Today, he performed during our tiny digital concert, playing some of his original songs. Urich describes his sound as a playful blend of acoustic soul with R&B. Take a listen.
I'm not good with ladies. I don't know what I'm doing. My palms get all sweaty. I'm looking at stupid.
Concert, you can head to our website, wearegreenbay.com. Live in the Digital Center, Natasha Arrow, Local 5 News.
All right, we thank you, Natasha. All right, one last check at the weather on this Friday as we head into the weekend from Ryan.
Yep, so one of the coolest days of the season so far. High temperatures only in the low to mid 30s. Right now on radar and satellite, most of those clouds still off to our east. We'll have to watch over the next couple hours to see some clouds start to build from the west, but nothing in terms of precipitation tonight. Forecast lows in the 20s. This weekend's looking pretty crummy as we deal with some wind and we deal with some rain late on Saturday and into Sunday as well.
But Ryan, it's the weekend. All right. And we thank you all for checking us out today on Local 5 News at 4. Thank you, Ryan. We're back with more local news in just a bit. Stick with us.
High 1, Let me see here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now,
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll
And we're all done at 4, but Luke's here with your weather first.
All right, thanks so much, Chris. Today, the coldest day so far of this fall season, only making it into the low and mid 30s. Right now, we're down to 28. In fact, in Appleton, it is 26 degrees right now in Clintonville. And along the lakeshore, Manitowoc and Two Rivers at 27. We'll start clear. We're going to have a few more clouds arriving later on tonight, but nothing for precipitation here in the near-term forecast anyway. Mid-20s here for this evening. The weekend brings in a wind and rain and a wintry mix maker. We'll talk more about that straight ahead in the area's most accurate forecast. Local 5 News begins right now.
Your stories, our community. This is Local 5 News with Tom Zaleski, Michelle McCormack, and Chief Meteorologist Luke Sample.
coming up on Local 5, a dilemma for UW Green Bay students and all students in the UW system. Go home for Thanksgiving, stay home until you're cleared by COVID testing before returning to campus. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Michelle McCormack.
And I'm Tom Zaleski. Before we get to that story on the UW system, we bring you the latest on the coronavirus numbers. Just like yesterday, Wisconsin added another 7,000 new cases today. That means Wisconsin has now passed